Hello all, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made this cute weeding tool. So a subscriber named Erica asked for me to do a tutorial on this, and I tried. Erica, I apologize, I tried to respond to you, but for some reason my YouTube is being wonky and I couldn't say to you, yes, I would definitely do this for you. So I'm going to try to get this out quickly. These are easy to make, super quick, and really cute results. So if you're interested to see how I did this, go ahead and stick around, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do to get started is I am going to take an Inkjoy Papermate pen. This is what I used to wrap around this original weeding tool. And the reason why I did this was because this is like super skinny and it just doesn't feel comfortable in my hands. Even like my hands are really small, but I needed something more to wrap around. So I took an Inkjoy pen, since that's kind of like something I've been doing a lot of lately. I love these. And I take all the innards out. And I'm actually going to save these. I'm going to put them aside because this is actually an extra ink refill. And I'm just going to put these inside in case, I don't know, you may need them for some reason, who knows. So I'm going to prep my pen and I'm going to just put this up. Make sure you put on a pair of safety glasses because when you're cutting these out, parts can, plastic can fling. So I have these little pliers and I just twist. And I've done this before, but I'll do it, I'll show it again. And then I have these little like wire clippers, and I'm gonna clip that little, whatever's left on there. And it's still rough, and I do want it somewhat smooth because this is gonna be a vinyl wrap. So I have this little tool that I got from Amazon, which I will link in the description below. And I'm just gonna put it on a medium speed and just shave down that little nubby that's left over. Just do it real lightly, and then just feel it, make sure, until it gets to be as smooth as you want it. These Inkjoys also have a little knobby, like right there, that I'm gonna get. Smooth that out. And then on the back, this little cute heart. And I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to make it flatter, because you will see it through the wrap. I mean, not like a whole lot. It's really not that big a deal. You don't even have to do it. I just do. All right, that's as smooth as I want it. I'm going to turn this off, and then I'm going to grab a paper towel and my 91% alcohol, and I'm just going to wipe it down. All right, so this pen is prepped. I'm not going to do any more sanding or anything. I want the blue ends for the wrap that I'm using. So, you can either buy a different color pen, or you can prep this by spray painting it, because you are going to want to leave a little bit of an overhang on each side, so that when you epoxy your pen, it puts a good seal on it. So I'm gonna leave it blue though for the one I picked out, and I'm gonna flip you around and show you how I did that. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start by getting our vinyl wrap pattern. So how I got the pattern that I'm gonna use is in the design bundles, and I searched free animal print. And I downloaded these two packages, and they have so many different really super cute prints. And ooh, look at this one. I don't have this one, so you know what, I'm gonna download this one. I think I'm gonna switch gears and I'm gonna use one of these. I really like this one over here. So I'm gonna download for free, and it's gonna come up here in a little corner doing the zip. These ones are super cute. They're gonna look so cute on a pen wrap, or on a pen, or on my weeding tool, my new weeding tool. my extra weeding tool because I have more than one. And now I'm gonna have more than one cute ones. So, sorry, it's downloading, downloading, downloading. Almost there. Alrighty, 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's ready. So I'm gonna extract all. Then I'm going to do the prints, and they're all JPEGs. So I'm gonna go ahead and just copy everything. I probably should have just did a Control A. So copy. I'm just saving it in my place. I'm just gonna save it in Animal Prints right now because that's like easily accessible. Paste. All right, let's go ahead and view. Actually, no, I'm not gonna need to view. So I'm done with that. So I'm gonna go in my Cricut design space because that's all I'll download. I'm gonna upload. This is the one I was gonna use, but I want to use this cutie one. All right, so we're gonna do complex, continue. Oh, that is a big image, holy cannoli. All right, continue. Print then cut. It's gonna take a second. All right, so I'm gonna pull this in, insert images. Let's see how big this sucker is. Oh, it's taking a while. Okay, wow, that's huge. So I'm gonna shrink this down to the height that I want, which is 4.7. All right, I don't want to change the width because what happens is, and I'll show you, if you try to shrink it this way, see what happens? It like distorts the pattern because we want this at 1.5. So yeah, you kind of lose that. So I'm gonna just go back. So what I'm gonna do so that I don't distort the pattern, I'm going to do a shape. I'm gonna unlock that and I'm gonna make that the size I want. So it's gonna be 1.5 by 4.7. And then I'm gonna just bring it in here. Then I'm gonna select all, Control A. I'm going to slice it. Now I have the size that I want right here. And that's what I'm gonna print up. So you can either keep this, because it looks like you can probably get 3. You could, out of this, you could probably get 3 wraps. Yeah, absolutely. So, slice it. There you go. 3 wraps. This one's like a tiny bit longer, but whatever. It can overlap and it'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this printed up, and I'm gonna do a print and cut. So I'll hit my make it, and you're gonna see it's gonna come up, and then you hit the continue, and then send to printer, and all that stuff. Make sure, I always take off my bleed. I don't like the bleed, and I always use the system dialog box so that it prints on the best quality so that I can choose how I wanna print it. And so when you hit the print, this is gonna come up. So you can choose your printer, you can choose your preferences. I'm already set up. So I am gonna go ahead and get that print up and cut out, and then I'm gonna be back to wrap my pen. Okay, so I'm back and these are cut out. These are so cute. I really, really like this pattern. So I'm gonna go ahead and just peel up my sticker, because that's basically what it is now, it's a sticker. And I'm going to lay it on my mat, and make sure you know which side you know, is up. So like, I want it to be this way. The clicker, I'm right-handed. So the clicker is up here. So you want to make sure you lay it down so that it's gonna, you can see it the right way. So, and that's another thing, if you're right-handed or left-handed, it's going to depend on how you put, you know, a decal, if it's directional. So there is no science to this, guys. I'm just going to lay it down. I'm going to eyeball it and lay it down. And I'm going to roll back, and then I'm going to roll forward. And that's it. Oh, and I changed up pens too. I went to a black pen because I didn't think the blue pen was going to look right. So this is it. This is the wrap. So super simple, easy. And now I'm just going to press it down, make sure there's no bubbles in here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so you don't have to epoxy this. You can seal this with triple thick, like the stuff that you brush on, or you can seal it with Mod Podge. You know, I'm just going to do a quick set epoxy, so it's going to be, you know, in 2 hours, it's going to be ready to use. So, if you're going to do epoxy, I use a pencil. Make sure that if you're going to use a pencil, that you put on your Vaseline. I've got Vaseline in a little cup, and make sure you Vaseline it, so in case you get a little sloppy with your epoxy, it doesn't stick to the pencil. Ask me how I know this. Now I'm going to stick it in and just wipe my finger, and I'm going to go ahead and epoxy. I'm going to mix up some epoxy, some quick set, really tiny bit, because you don't need a lot, and you should only need one coat too. So I'm going to be right back. All right, guys, so I mixed up my epoxy. It's like 10 mLs. I'm not even going to use all this. Sorry, I'm like not in frame. I'm not even going to use all this, but I do want to add a little shimmer. So I'm going to go in with my Fresh Snow from Glitters Makes It. Big surprise, right? Because this is probably my most used. I use this the most. And just a tap, just a hint. I'm going to give it a quick stir. So that's going to just give it a little bit of shimmer, just the shimmer that I want. And I'm going to take, I got a finger cut on, and I'm just going to dip my finger in, and I'm just going to rub it all over the pen. And if you're really sloppy, stuff the end. Stuff the end here, because I didn't one time and I got really sloppy and I actually ruined the pen. It wouldn't click because I was trying to dig out all the epoxy. I've definitely gotten a little more careful as I've done these more. And so like here, I just kind of go like this. And then just make sure that when I'm rubbing out, I'm going upwards so I'm not hitting that end so that it's going to slop over. But I've got my Vaseline on, so if it does, we're okay. And then just gently up like this, and then just really carefully doing this, because I should have stuffed it, but I didn't. So now I'm going to be super ultra careful. So there's just a little bit of shimmer in this. I don't know if you can see it. And I think that's probably all we're going to need, is just one really thin coat, because this is a weeding tool. So, but even still, the one coat should be plenty enough. I mean, because we abuse the crap out of our weeding tools, right? I use that like it's crazy. I'm always weeding something. So it's rubbed in nice and good, and I'm going to go ahead and take that off, hit it with my heat torch, make sure if there's any bubbles, and there's probably not going to be bubbles. I mean, you've got such a thin layer on this. All right, and instead of like transferring you over to my station to show you, look, nothing special. I do not have any fancy dancy, you know, pen holding thing. Like I see all these like things out now for like pen holders. You know what? I am just putting some rubber bands on this, making sure it's secure. And this is it. Nothing fancy. So I'm going to put it on my turner, and I'll be back in 2 hours to assemble the rest of the pen. Sorry, I keep saying pen. I'm not making a pen. I'm making a weeding tool. I don't know why. So here's all this extra epoxy. So I'm going to pour it in these little molds that are going to make little stones. They're super cute that I made. I actually want to make more. I haven't gotten around to it. So if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I made these, then go ahead and drop a comment below, and I will make a point to for the next set that I make, because I'm definitely going to make another one. I'm going to make kind of like a set mold. If you want to see how I do that, then drop a comment and I will make sure I film it. All right, I'll be back when I'm assembling the weeding tool. All right, it's been a couple hours. I am back with this. Oh, it looks so pretty. Just a little bit of shimmer. I really like it. All right, so we're just gonna pull this off of our pencil. See, nice and easy peasy. Now, this is gonna go inside of, actually this end. It's gonna go in to here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna just take my hot glue gun and I'm just gonna stick it in a hole here and just put some glue in there and just shove that in till it gets to the end right there. And the hot glue sets so quick, which is really, really nice. And then I just put a little bead around the top here. Just to make sure it's sealed. And I have a little finger thingy that I use just to kind of smooth it out around. Kind of like you would do like with caulk. You like take your finger and so just smoothing that out. All right, so it's not going anywhere, but I'm extra cautious, so I want to make sure the sucker is in place. So I'm going to use my Gorilla Glue here, and I'm just going to squirt some inside this tube here because Gorilla Glue expands, and so I want to make sure. Here, I was just putting it so you can see some's going in. You don't need a whole lot. But I'm just gonna make sure it gets down in there. So it's gonna definitely hold it in place. And then I am going to just do this at the end. And I domed it. And I think it's sinking, so it's sinking right now. I'll let it go down. And I dome it just to make it look nice. And I'm actually using glitter glue, hot glue that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. They have their glitter glue packs. My daughter really likes them, so I always have some on hand. And I actually just pulled out the gold. She had gold in there and I didn't want gold, so I put in the silver one. So it's sinking, so let's see if it's done sinking. So I'm just gonna go in again. And just seal the end. And it's still sinking. That's funny. Usually it's dry by now. Because I do want the little dome. Like this one, I got the little dome at the end. So I do want the dome. You don't have to. I just like it. All right. I think it's good. So that Gorilla Glue is going to harden inside and it's going to keep that in place and it's not going to go anywhere. All right, that's it. I'm done. All right, so this is done. Look how super cute this came out. So now I have a cute little extra weeding tool because I already have a cute one. But here's the end of it. I got a nice little glitter on there. It's nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. It's nice and comfortable in my hand. So this was fun to make and it was inexpensive. So as usual, I am definitely going to list all the products that I use down below. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you think. If you have any questions, you know, obviously, please, you know, put them in the comments below and I will get to them as soon as I can. But that is it for this tutorial, and I will see you all next time. Bye.